Hey, good morning. Ursula here. You'll have to pardon me. I've got laryngitis a little bit today. Thought we'd start out a garden tour today with the strawberries I planted. These got hit with frost and then possibly some crown rot. I lost quite a few, especially ones in this area. On this side, the ones that are out front, not so much, but if they're out front, they risk being eaten by deer. So this is what I've got going on up here. I just have 3 left up here. I'm starting to harden off my sweet potatoes. These are pansies or Johnny jump ups in with the violet. These are the stragglers. We didn't get really good germination. The seed was maybe old, I don't know. But these were supposed to be my flowers this year. That didn't happen. I've got pansies planted in here. I really like these. They hang right off the porch. And again, another strawberry. I got my basil in here, and I think there's a coxcomb. I still have a full flat of basil that needs to be planted. This strawberry here, I think, is getting better drainage. It's doing pretty good. And I have so many extra plants here that I'm going to be giving them away to family and friends. Mostly tomatoes. The nasturtiums will get planted yet. We're waiting for a cloudy day in order to get those in. I also have some alyssum. Those will go in the yard. But you can see even the tomatoes are starting to bloom. And it takes 8 weeks from that bloom to when you have a ripe tomato in your hand. So we're going to need to get those in the ground really soon. So hopefully my friends can plant them right away. For the first time in my life, I have chives. It's so exciting. I really have a hard time growing chives. And this year a friend gave me a package of native seed. And the native seed sprouted just fine and transplanted just fine. So I'm hoping it likes its home and sticks with me for quite a few years. And then we have some more basil down here. I know it's kind of a small pot, but they did pretty good in it last year. So we're going to hopefully just keep feeding them, even though the soil's not very deep. And it's finally warm enough that the orange trees can go out on the patio. So I have 2 orange trees. These are Valencia. They were saved from a bungalow in California. A friend of mine mailed me out some oranges and I saved the seed and planted them. You can see the other strawberries. And like I said, I don't know if that's a result of crown rot or if that is a result of frost, that the leaves are dying off on the bottom. This one's doing just fine. It's so strange to me. Roses are stunning. When I think next week we'll give them a haircut. I've already made 3 batches of rose jam. And it was a really prolific year for these guys. They're going all the way up. So that's our start to our tour. These are my cucurbits. I've got some watermelon in here, and I think this is a Long Island cheese. And then I've got some lettuce. That's a variety that likes the summer heat and won't bolt, or supposedly won't. My leek. I've got a leek tree. It's going to go into bloom shortly. I'm hoping to save seeds off of that one. Over here, this is the front yard. I have a row of tomatoes with a pole to tie them up. We have a lot of garlic chives, valerian. I've got a random sunflower that was a volunteer. I've got celery going to seed, which is really exciting. It usually doesn't survive the winter. So that's kind of cool. I put potatoes around the apple tree. See the apple tree? It's still a baby, but it does have some tiny fruit this year. And the asparagus went to fern. Another row of tomatoes. A makeshift walkway. Another row of tomatoes with an aronia bush in the middle. And down on the end, that's the quince. Some of the basil is going to go on the other side of the quince. There's a bare spot. All right, so in here, in a couple weeks, I'll be harvesting the garlic. I have cantaloupes in here. We're going to see if they survive. We're going to watch those for squash bugs. Nasturtiums, alyssum. Oh, I put my weld in here. Somebody suggested I line the path with it, and so that's what I did. And in between all of the garlic chives. And then we've got some snapdragons. And then in here I planted some salad burnet. It's supposed to taste like tarragon. I've never had it. We'll see if it grows. And then I have right there is another nasturtium coming up. And then all these little things coming up around them are going to be calendula. They just live randomly in my yard. And I don't know if you can see it, but the coreopsis just started blooming. It's really, I'm really happy. This is kind of early, but it's starting. And then we'll go down to street level before the sun wipes us out here. It's getting hot today. You can see more nasturtiums in the back. Oh, I put in a dianthus here because some of the dianthus that was here froze out. Dianthus is an edible flower. This is Santolina. It's here because the lavender died out. No other reason. More dianthus. They'll be pretty when they bloom. We have volunteer borage. And then I've got a couple of marigolds that are already in bloom. A snapdragon. I don't remember planting that, but I'll take it. And another snapdragon on this end. The things in the back there may not make it, and I'm not quite sure why, but it might be the sawdust taking too much nitrogen up. That was an asparagus back there. It's possible to survive. The other two marigolds I put in the back did not survive. And then more Santolina. So that's what it looks like from the street. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.